now we've seen the basics of Excel. We've learned we can move around with the arrow keys, the enter keys, with the mouse. We know we use the ribbon and the highlight things. We know that formulas begin with an equals. Otherwise, it's just going to be math. So let's begin. You're going to need this spreadsheet. So go ahead and pause this video now. Download and open the spreadsheet. I'll talk about the spreadsheet for a bit. Then we'll pause it on your side. You can do it as well. And you're going to work along with this video to complete this presentation. Now, I'm going to include this presentation with the assignment. So if the video isn't working out for you, you can always just go through the PowerPoint and use that to guide you through it. So let's take a look at it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a brand new page and we're going to put our formulas and stuff on that one, most of them. We'll build some basic ones and build out the raw data worksheet, but I want to build a separate worksheet called summary, and we're going to put just like our averages and minimums and our basic data about all the other data on it. So to do this then, on your spreadsheet, come down and click the plus sign. It'll add another sheet, probably called sheet 1. Now, to move it to the beginning, all you need to do is click on it, drag, and drop it into its new place. Once that's done, you can right-click on it, say Rename, and type in your new name, Summary. Then, right-click on it again, and choose Color, and change it to green. So I'm going to do that with my sheet now. So here's my sheet. We're going to add the new sheet. I'm going to click on it, hold, drag, and drop it over. Notice the little black triangle above there, right there? That's telling me where it's going to drop it in. There. I'm going to right-click on it, go to Rename, and let's call this thing Summary. Enter. Okay. Right-click again, tab Color, and I'm going to pick this dark green here. There. Now it shows up more when I click on another one. You can see how dark it is. Okay. So the next thing I want to do then is we're going to add the assumptions in. Those are those items that I said we're going to use on multiple formulas, but they could possibly change. Like you would expect the price per bushel of something to change, probably every day. We can also maybe have different assumed dryness rates. What we're talking about here is we're going to be dealing with corn, and they expect it to come with 15% moisture in it. If it comes just soaking wet with 25% or more, then they're going to charge you the extra, the difference per bushel for that drying of it, because they don't want to pay for the water. So, and then the next thing is the drying cost. How much are they going to charge you? 4 cents per percent per bushel. So let's go to the summary sheet and let's input these in. Selling price per bushel, assumed dryness, and assumed drying cost. And I'll bounce back and forth because I won't remember these either. Okay, so here in our spreadsheet, in the cell of B2, we're going to put what our first item is, selling price per bushel. So selling price per bushel. Enter. Remember, enter moves us down. Our next one then is assumed dryness. Assumed dryness. Enter. And the next one, assumed drying cost. Assumed drying cost. Now we have prices. Now, if I want to put the prices right next to it here, like they are here in this, I'm going to put in right next to it in C2, $3.50. I used a period, and I made it $3.50. Now, there's a funny thing about Excel. When it comes to numbers, Excel doesn't really care what it is. And what I mean by that is 3.50 is just a number to it, 3.5. It doesn't really care that it's dollars or anything else like that. When you put a dollar sign on there, a yen sign, whatever else, that's for you to know what you're looking at. So to do that then, I would click on that 3.5. If I didn't already type the dollar sign like I did, I can see up here in the formula bar, which we're going to deal with a little bit more later, what the value is, 3.5. Now over here under the formats, I have different options. I can choose general, which just tries to figure it out on its own. I can say it's a number. I can say it's a currency, or it's accounting. The difference between those two is just where the dollar sign is. Accounting puts the dollar signs way over on the left and they all line up. Everything lines up pretty perfect for the accountant. Currency, it sticks it right next to the 3 like I have it now. Now we're going to deal more with that later on, but I just want to bring that up right now. Now assumed dryness was 15, so I'm just going to type 15, enter, and the drying cost, if I remember properly, was $0.04. Did I get those right? I did. Now look what happened here. This is called truncated. Truncated just means it cut it off. Think of like a trunk of a tree that's been chopped off too early. So what we have here then is we have it where it doesn't fit because these things are added. It was fine before. I could see it, but now I can't. So we need to make the column B wider. To do that, I'm going to take the mouse and move it right up between B and C here. And notice how the mouse cursor changes. I move it right between. It becomes a left-right arrow. I click, hold, and drag it out to the right until it fits. Now I could keep doing this, but my favorite trick here is if you double click right there between B and C, double click, it automatically switches out to the width. That also works for the height. If something is taller and it's cutting it off, you could double click on it, or if you just want it to be taller, you can just drag it down or up, whatever the case is. So again, between the B and the C, got it all lined up. So go ahead and pause your video now and switch back to your spreadsheet and add in the selling price per bushel, assumed dryness, and assumed drying cost, and I'll wait for you.